Many of you know the name John Downey and what he has done for the industry. Some might remember he worked for Cleanfax at one time. Wait, he founded Cleanfax. Yeah, that's your claim to fame.
He worked for Cleanfax. Yeah. I started.
So he started Cleanfax. I still work on the brand. Of course, I've moved way up since then.
You're a big muckety muck now.
Yeah. So John likes to. I think you called yourself an FIP.
Yes.
What's that mean?
Formerly important person.
Formerly important.
I'm now a SIP. A semi-important person.
Okay. So, well, John, let's talk about some history. I think we need to make clear the record here. How did we meet in the first place?
We met by phone originally. You were either Berberina or Olafina. I can't remember which. You and, was it Jackson?
Jackson Lloyd. We're talking mid-90s?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Mid-90s. And then the first time we actually met, I believe, was at that
Summerfest.
Is that what it was called? Was Summerfest?
Yeah,
it was the first one. And
in Columbus, you hosted it.
We hosted it at our house. That would have been in '97, I believe. It would have been
good memory.
Like probably when the reason I remember is I sold Cleanfax in '97. I stayed on, and I think it was right after I had sold the magazine that we held that first. No, I was going to say Mikey's Fest. No, but you're right,
Summerfest, which went on for many years, and I went to many of them. I think it's kind of fizzled out, but a lot of the folks are still there who were there at the very beginning, and we still see them from time to time. Yeah, so a long time, Berberina and Olafina. Those two crazy girls, two sisters from Albuquerque, New Mexico, that we made up. So what people may not remember is how you came across those two girls, fictitious girls. We would post them on the Cleanfax bulletin board, which was painfully slow, with dial-up internet. I remember I would load. It was an addiction, that Cleanfax bulletin board. You load it, and it would take forever to come up. It wasn't your fault, I don't think.
It wasn't my fault, because at that point I really didn't have anything to do with the bulletin board. That was done by MTP.
So you didn't moderate it?
Well, I did. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And so we would put those columns on there, and that's where you saw it. And I should have kept the note. You sent a note. You're like, you girls are good writers, or something like that. You said that. Like, I like what you're doing, because it went from that to the magazine. And we had a column in Cleanfax.
I probably said, you guys are very entertaining, and I want entertainment value in Cleanfax.
Okay, I'll take that. So we were entertaining, making up these stories, which I read them now, it's like, oh man, that's entertaining. And from there on, my relationship with Cleanfax grew, and here we are. So you're out of the media business completely. You have nothing to do with publishing anymore.
Only you believe that, and probably I'm very much in publishing now. It's just a different kind of publishing.
So let's talk about your journal. Of course, the CIRI group, Cleaning Industry. What's it?
Cleaning Industry Research Institute.
And we call it CIRI. Not CIRI.
The acronym is CIRI.
Okay. So you're the executive director of CIRI, which is an important group, and those at ISSA say that I work with, we value what you do and want to support you.
Thank you.
How are things going?
Things are things are going very well, although we've had to put a lot, especially in the past few months, we've had to put a great deal of CIRI's work on the back burner because of a project that CIRI has been preparing for with ISSA, the International Society of Indoor Air Quality and Climate.
Man, that's a lot.
Yes. The Healthy Buildings Conference. Okay. We were pretty overwhelmed with that conference, and I don't know if you want to talk about it now or we can come back to it, but
we're talking about it. So
let's talk about it now, I guess.
So CIRI's doing well. You're the executive director. You have a magazine.
No, we do not have a magazine. We have.
Tell us.
A peer-reviewed technical journal.
Not a magazine. Looks like a magazine.
Looks like a magazine. The only difference is The articles are very long, very technical,
Yeah.
and for most people, very hard to read.
Puts
but-
me to sleep. No, I'm not going to say it.
It's all right, I'll say it. If you have a hard time getting to sleep, you definitely want to start reading my magazine.
Peer review content, important for the industry. Tell us why. Because it may be difficult reading, but
The point is that any professional trade needs to have a foundation based on sound, I would say, science. In our area, it is cleaning science. So the point to this publication and the point to the previous publication that I did for the IICRC was to begin establishing that foundation of sound scientific information based on research that really is needed for the industry to move to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So great. Your conference was scheduled for Hawaii. I see you bought the shirt for the trip. And why the tears, John? What's up with that? What happened?
So, well, what happened was a little thing called COVID and pandemic. So, the Healthy Buildings CIRI was since it's over now, the host organization for the Healthy Buildings Conference, which was scheduled originally for June of 2021. And then it was moved back to August of 2021. And then it was moved back to November of 2021. And finally, lastly, the Healthy Buildings America 2021 was moved to January of 2022, and it could not be moved any further. We were determined to have this in person in Hawaii, but ultimately the Omicron variant did us in. We could not overcome that, and we were not able to postpone it again because ISSA has another conference which is in June of 2022, and we were dangerously too close to when that conference is scheduled for anyway, and they would not agree to that. So,
well, I have to think that one's going to be postponed too. You just never know.
It might be. That's the thing. We just don't know. Is Omicron the last hurrah of COVID? Is it where we go from pandemic to endemic, or is it just the latest of more to come? And
okay,
I wish I knew.
No one knows. You watch the news; it's a mixed bag. But I'm sorry you didn't get to go to Hawaii. But here you are in Florida. It's just as good.
True.
Okay. So, but you had your event. You had your event virtually.
Yes.
How'd it go?
So the best way I would describe that is it went way better than I feared. It went much better than I hoped. But it still wasn't as good as I wanted, with it being actually on site in Hawaii.
Sure.
It was the work. Essentially, we had 3 weeks. We made the transition to a virtual conference the Monday after Christmas. We had 3 weeks to do 3 months worth of work in order to transition. These conferences aren't like anything the cleaning industry knows. There were probably in total about 250 different presentations over 3 days on 3 tracks. They're called oral presentations. There were poster presentations. Poster presentation is essentially, think of a science fair in school. That would be kind of the closest parallel I could give. And then we had workshops, we had plenary sessions. We had to train all of these people on a brand new, and we used what do you call it, the software, the
platform.
Platform. Thank you. That was what. Thank you, Jeff. the platform that we used was brand new even to us. So we had to train the people that were going. Everybody had to be trained, starting with our own people, then to the speakers, then to the people that were. We didn't actually, the people that attended who were not speakers, but we had ended up with like 360 paid. Probably 200 of those people were also presenters. That's what's weird about this. So then we were training basically almost nonstop for like 2 weeks in order to get ready. But we managed to get everything together. It went off about as close to without a hitch as anything can. And as I said, compared to what I feared, it was incredibly better. And I will say this, Jeff, and it's true, and it's really important to recognize the people, Sarah Miller and Shannon Hughes in particular. Andy Curry helped out immensely, and then there were a couple other people that came on just for basically being this, they called them stage managers for the different stages, which is what they called the different tracks. Those three in particular by name, Doreen Albertson, who is her company is the secretariat for ISSA. They all worked together and did an amazing job. So
if you forgot any names, you apologize right now, right?
I do.
Okay, there you go.
And all of the information was recorded. So the entire event is available for 60 days. After 60 days, it will be taken down, but then we will make blocks of content available. CIRI will be involved in that process, but technically this is not a CIRI event. It's an ISSA event. CIRI is the host, so we're working with ISSA. And I should explain the ISSA as an organization. It is primarily an academic research organization. So it's a very different world than the world that, for the most part, CIRI represents. But we're working together because we both sides recognize it's really important to be able to provide useful information. There's two things. On the one side, people that are researchers need to know what kind of research will be useful to practitioners who need to know what kind of research is available.
Full circle.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it works.
Good. Well, we're about out of time. Let's wrap this up by talking about the now and the future. So right now, besides working with CIRI and publishing a non-magazine, peer-reviewed journal.
Cross, you're cruel.
Yes. So many stories we could tell you. So many stories.
Yeah.
So what are you doing besides this work with CIRI? I think you still go out there and do some cleaning?
Well, I own a carpet cleaning business. I do cleaning in the field typically 1 to 2 days a week. It's a small company. I work with my son, and he works on a daily basis, but I join him. Usually it's 2 days a week. In the wintertime, business is slow, and
that's why you come to Florida.
That's why I'm in Florida.
It's easier.
So yeah, we do that, and that right now, quite frankly, the other thing I need to do is I need to pay more attention to my family, because I have been working stupid hours for the past 2 years, really, as it relates to doing CIRI, doing this Healthy Buildings Conference, and also running a carpet cleaning business. So
family, here comes John.
Here we come, like it or not.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I will mention it because it relates to this non-magazine, and this is an important project. One thing I'm going to do is I've committed to taking the research, I'll call it the historical research, that has been depended upon by those in the cleaning industry in development of standards and through standard certifications. This is research that was done in the 1990s and 2000s that is largely forgotten, is entirely forgotten in academia if they ever knew about it, and honestly most of it is largely forgotten even in the cleaning and restoration industry. and I'm going to put out a series of special issues of the Journal of Cleaning Science that contain those studies, because it's really important that we don't lose track of that information. And the information I'm talking about mostly is a result of the influence of Mike Berry. And among readers, if you don't know who Mike Berry is, you need to know who Mike Berry is, because he's the most influential non-industry member that our industry has ever had. He basically changed the paradigm for those of us who knew him, knew his work, in what cleaning was about. What we all take for granted now, that cleaning for health. That was literally the name of the book. That was the book he wrote, Protecting the Built Environment, Cleaning for Health. Really important stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna support that.
So you have a lot coming up, and should we apologize to the family for the time you're not going to give them?
No need to apologize.
Thanks.